Well, today's episode is going to be a bit of a short one with just two reviews. The first one we're going to be talking about is ChocoPro 312. It only features 3 matches, 2 tag matches, and a 3-way match. And of course, NWA decided to showcase more of the recent events that took place on the World is a Vampire tour. As you know, last time they were in Mexico City participating with AAA, and I have to say there were some really good matches. All matches on this particular one features all title matches. And of course, we got a couple of news updates to tell what's been going on in the world of pro wrestling. So, let's get ready for another episode of Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Welcome everybody to Deleted Wrestle Zone, all things that is pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I am your host, J-Rod here. So, let's begin with ChocoPro 312. This is much of the recent show. As you know, May Suruga opened up the show explaining the matches that were taking place. So, let's get started with that. Our first opening match is a tag match. We have team number 1, Too Much Energy Chiko Shikawa. She teams up with Shin Suzuki. They take on Coyote Yonoyama and Masahiro Takanashi. Now keep in mind, Shin Suzuki has been in the face of Masahiro Takanashi recently. As you may or may not remember, I did mention Shin Suzuki confessed months ago that his favorite wrestler has always been Masahiro Takanashi. Now, Masa's not too impressed by him for that. He's more like the kind of guy, hey kid, don't kid yourself. Don't ever meet your heroes. So he's like that type of person. But however, there were some great moments in this match. Now, you know for a fact that there's going to be a singles match between these two at some point. But however, they have to get through the this tag match. I think this was a pretty good one. But however, this match would have ended in favor in Shin Suzuki and Chiko Shikawa if it wasn't for Koriyama, who rolled up Masa, in order to pick up the win by pinning Chi, giving them the win. But you probably can tell in this type of match, if you watched it, that this is far from over between both Suzuki and Masahiro Takanashi. Now, our second match, we have a 3-way match. We have Tokiko Kirihara versus Sayaka versus Cherry. Now, you probably can guess this is going to be a very interesting matchup. Now, there are moments we'll see some team-ups and then back again to be enemies. We've seen these type of matches in 3 ways every single time. So, how is this going to play out? Well, I know for a fact Cherry, who has a good judo background, and of course she is very good with submissions. That's always been her forte. Tokiko, she is a good striker, but I don't think she could be able to try to strike someone like, what's her name? Like Cherry. But Sayaka, we know she can pick up a good win, and she's very grown up a lot. But however, in this particular match, it was, of course, Cherry with a headlock onto Tokiko that forced her to tap out. So this is a very interesting one. Now, our main event, we have the Best Bros, consistent of Mei Suruga and Valiant Aki, taking on Sayaka Obihiro and our current Super Asia champion, Hagane Shino. Now, keep in mind, Valiant Aki hasn't forgotten losing the belt to Hagane. He would definitely want nothing more to get that belt back in every way possible. But however, they are going to meet up at the 5th anniversary of Mei Suruga show in, I don't remember what event, but this is coming Saturday or Sunday. But that's going to be a good one. But however, this is a tag match. You're probably going to guess this is going to be one hell of a match, because we know how cohesive both Mei Suruga and Balanaki have always been since they first formed together. But however, Hagane and Sayaka, they rarely team up together, but however, they understand what's at stake, knowing that, of course, Balanaki will definitely try to get an advantage of Hagane if he wins the match. However, it was Sayaka over here who fell victim by the Dolphin Press by the Best Bros, giving them the win. Now, for our Jonkin tournament, I can tell you this, that Balanaki did not make it through. Basically, it didn't go far. Neither did Cherry, neither did Masa. So, the person that made it all the way through is none other than Kaio Hiroyama. So, that kind of went in there. Right there. Excuse me. But yeah. I'm not sure if there's going to be another ChocoPro show, but we'll see what happens. But right now, let's move on with NWA. The world is a vampire. Yes, folks. As you know, NWA continues with the World is a Vampire tour. Now, if you guys are new to the channel or new to music in general or don't know what that means, this is a phrase of an opening song by Smashing Pumpkins. I believe it's called Bullet Zero or something like that. I don't know. I haven't heard that song in a long time, but it's a pretty good song. However, they did showcase some of their matches that took place in Mexico City. However, they decided to cut these pieces in moments so we all can see it. Now, I did review the last week's show about that, but now this one features 3 title matches, all NWA brand. Now, our first match is the NWA World Tag Team titles. We have Blue Demon Jr. teaming up with Vampiro, taking on La Rebelión. Now, keep in mind, Blue Demon Jr. does have some history with NWA. If you guys remember, he ran NWA Mexico, and he was a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I thought it was a good dynamic between these two. However, they're facing the most decorated tag team in NWA today, which is La Rebelión. However, they have been successful in defending the titles. Now, you probably can guess there is no home field advantage in this one because, of course, everybody in Mexico knows who La Rebelión. They're like the heavy favorites. But however, as any other match, we see Damien gets involved once again. Missed, what's his name, Vampiro, costing them the match in order to pick up the win thanks to Mecha Wolf. So that ends right there. However, we move on to our next match. The NWA Women's Championship is also on the line. Camille faces Lady Flamer. Now, Lady Flamer is a highly decorated women's wrestler in the promotion. She's highly been recognized as one of the toughest wrestlers ever. However, the obvious thing is, can she dethrone Camille? Now, Camille has so far been dominant and hasn't lost a single match. I know she had a draw, but however, no one has able to pin her or submit her. So the question is, can Lady Flamer do it? Well, the answer to that, it did not go exactly Lady Flamer's way because she got speared. So basically, she got cut in half by the brick house and she retained her title. Now, our next match and our final one is the 10 pounds of gold, the NWA World Heavyweight title. Tyrus defends it against Daga. Now, I haven't seen Daga for quite some time. I know recently he's been making he just made appearance in Pro Wrestling Noah. But however, we know that he and his wife Tessa Blanchard are currently separated. They haven't said anything about divorce or anything, but we'll see what happens then. But I have to say, Daga did try to put up a good fight, but however, Tyrus, he's a big dude. You know for a fact that he's going to put him away. He actually did when he applied a big elbow into his heart, and it was over right from there. So I think that's pretty much it with NWA. I believe it's time for news updates. Okay, news updates. So, about a month ago, Tetsuya Endo was, of course, thrilled that he defended the DDT Universal Championship. However, apparently a new challenger has issued the challenge against him at Ryogoku on the 23rd of July. However, no one knew who it was, but the only reference that we did know, he was a former WWE superstar. Now, I had to thought this very carefully, who it could have been. However, the announcement on the revealment who that guy was exactly who I thought it was. When they revealed the phrase that we all know, Indie God. We all know that person. If you guys don't know who I'm referring to, we're talking about Matt Cardona, formerly known as Zack Ryder. Now, ever since he's been going independently, he has been dubbing himself as the Indie God, and now he targets Tetsuya Endo for the DDT Universal title. Now, I know some of you Cardona fans probably asking, why couldn't he go for the KOD title? I mean, he could, but right now they're in the middle of a tournament that, well, it already ended and there's a winner. So basically, it's not going to happen. So basically, Tetsuya Endo will defend his title on the 23rd of July against Matt Cardona, unless he doesn't lose it to him, because Steph DeLander will definitely be there. Now, an interesting announcement was made by Deadlock Pro Wrestling. They have a brand new show called Tag Festival that's going to take place on the 18th. However, our current Tokyo Yoshi Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, none other than the Magical Sugar Rabbits, Yuka Sakazaki, and our current Princess of Princess Champion Mizuki will be making their appearance, but they will not be participating in this tournament. This will take place on the 18th of June, which I'm excited, hopefully, to see. Now, some of you may remember I talk about this person on the Unagi Sayaka watch on certain occasions. We're talking about Michiko Miyagi. Now, recently, Michiko Miyagi has made appearances in Ice Ribbon. Now, we don't know what's the current status between her and GLEAT, most specific, the company that owns the promotion. So we don't know what's the significance of it, but however, it was already been announced that there's going to be a conclusion between the two parties on July 10th. On June 10th, but also they hopefully they start a partnership between them and Ice Ribbon. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, our final update here: Spark Yoshi Pro Wrestling of America has announced for their Ignite West show on the 16th of June. Zeta Zhang will be making her appearance. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to continue with more of announcing anybody to participate. We'll just got to wait and see until then. I think that's pretty much it. So let's just call it a day. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Coming up, as you know, we got New Japan Pro Wrestling's at Resurgence taking place real soon. But also at the same process, we do have more on the Best of the Super Juniors 30. We already have some people that have been eliminated, but we'll see who advances even further as we draw closer and closer to the conclusion. Who's the winner going to be for this year's Best of the Super Junior? Now, there's still some events that I haven't seen from Stardom and GCW. I'm a little behind on that, but I'll get close to those as soon as possible. But as of right now, I will see you guys in the next DWZ time. Same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you adieu. So, goodbye. Mwah. And have a nice day. Bang.